I'm about to craft a fresh, opinion-driven YouTube script based on the topic of Hayden Stepp's spring visit and Tennessee's recruiting landscape. I'll avoid a point-by-point paraphrase and instead build a creator-driven narrative with strong commentary, interpretation, and speculation. Here's a complete, original script you can read aloud on camera. I'm watching a high-stakes recruiting domino effect in real time, and what stands out to me isn't just the talent between the lines, but the story teams tell themselves about where they fit in the modern college football map. Hayden Stepp, a 6'3", 175-pound corner from Bishop Gorman, just hopped the country to check out Tennessee in spring practice. On the surface, this looks like another big-name visit. But to me, it signals a broader trend, the way elite programs frame a potential future around coaching style, developmental plans, and early opportunities for impact players. First, let's set the frame. Stepp sits at number 27 in the industry rankings and is one of the top corners in the 2027 cycle. He's not just chasing a brand, he's evaluating where his best odds to play early, grow, and maximize his draft stock converge. Tennessee is hoping to leverage a recent top 10 class as a springboard into another elite cycle. The big takeaway: spring visits aren't just social calls, they're audition tapes. A coach's message about usage, development, and path to contribution can tilt a recruit's entire decision. What makes this really interesting is how Tennessee's pitch aligns with a broader recalibration in college football recruiting. You hear coaches talk about culture, fit, and how they want to use me. But the practical questions players weigh in private are: do I trust the coaching staff to develop my skill set quickly? Will there be a clear, shallow to deep ladder to meaningful snaps as a freshman? And crucially, how does the program balance winning now with building long-term potential for my NFL chances? In my opinion, Tennessee's emphasis on coaching philosophy and early competition is aimed squarely at that last set of questions. One thing that immediately stands out is the type of profile Stepp represents. A large lengthy corner with the versatility to play press and off coverage, traits that modern defenses prize in multiple fronts. From my perspective, a corner with his length often gets branded as a projects pick until the scheme fits him perfectly. The real test is whether Tennessee, Alabama, Oregon, Clemson, Georgia, or Cal can offer a scheme landing that accelerates a player's ceiling. My take: the best teams will tailor their defensive packages around a linchpin athlete, not shoehorn him into a pre-existing mold. Another layer: recruiting momentum. Tennessee just signed a top 10 class and is chasing another similar haul for 2027. The presence of Stepp on campus, plus public optimism from the player about official visits to Alabama and Oregon, signals a multi-school chess match. What this suggests is a shift where the biggest weapons in recruiting aren't just facilities or nil buzz, they're the clarity of vision and the specific path a coach lays out for a recruit's first 2 to 3 years. If you take a step back and think about it, programs are competing on the clarity of their development roadmaps as much as on in-game results. Let's break down the implications for Tennessee. First, maintaining momentum requires not just promising a bite-size highlight reel but a tangible plan for representatives as a freshman. Stepp emphasized the importance of how they want to use him and the chance to compete early. That's a signal to other top targets. Tennessee isn't selling a vague "we'll develop you" line, they're presenting a structured plan for impact opportunities. If the Vols can convert that into on-field reality, they'll convert a lot of these visits into commitments. My analysis: the key test isn't the offer sheet, it's the following 2 years of real expectations and the speed with which a recruit sees production on Saturdays. Second, the recruiting map matters. Stepp is balancing interest from Alabama, Oregon, Clemson, Georgia, and Cal, with Tennessee and a few others in the conversation. This isn't a one-team show, it's a 3 to 5 team ecosystem where the decision hinges on how each program translates its identity into a path for a specific player. In my opinion, the programs that win in this era do 3 things better than the rest. 1. Articulate a precise role within a flexible system. 2. Demonstrate a transparent plan for early enrollment and development. And 3. Show evidence of a player-first approach in how they coach and scheme. That combination creates trust beyond glossy facilities footage. A deeper pattern that stands out: the convenience of spring visits as strategic leverage. Elite recruits can visit multiple campuses in a short window and gather a mosaic of messages. The team that cuts through the noise is the one that delivers a narrative with specifics: how often you'll play, who you'll learn from, and how your unique skill set can reshape the roster. If you've ever wondered why some programs land top corners while others miss, this is the layer that often decides it: who can translate potential into a definitive plan for impact, not just upside. From a bigger trends perspective, this season is shaping up as a referendum on coaching transparency. Players want to know exactly how they'll be developed, how they'll contribute from year one, and what the track to the NFL looks like in a practical sense. The teams that win will be the ones who show receivership, not just offer mentorship, but prove it with early representatives, documented development milestones, and honest assessments of where a recruit will be in 2 years. That's a shift from the old-school brag reel to a new school, data-informed, relationship-driven approach. As for the immediate narrative, Stepp's stance that commitments will come from a place of genuine fit, it will be about how I feel, is telling. It signals a recruit who values authenticity and a clear sense of purpose over a hype cycle. The programs that credibly answer that with concrete examples of usage and coaching style will have the best shot at pulling his pledge. I'd be watching how Tennessee aligns its pitch between now and his official visit later this summer, and how Alabama and Oregon respond with site-specific game plans and early opportunity guarantees. If you're building a college football program in 2026, the playbook looks a lot like this. Tell a recruit not just that you'll develop them, but show exact moments where they'll break through, in a transparent, measurable way. And if you want to win the media narrative, you'll pair that with consistent, on-the-record demonstrations of trust and coaching warmth, less hype, more hustle in the trenches. To close this thought-provoking snapshot, Hayden Stepp's spring visit isn't just about him picking a school, it's about which program can coherently answer a recruit's most pressing questions with a credible, detailed plan. It's about the evolution of how we evaluate college football potential, the blend of film, development, and real-world opportunity. The outcome will influence not just where Stepp lands, but how every top recruit measures a program's intent and follow-through. So, what do you think? Which program's argument, Tennessee's current pitch, Alabama's depth, or Oregon's scheme, feels most compelling to you as a future corner who wants to impact early? Drop your thoughts, and tell me which factor would tilt your decision more than any other: coaching style, guaranteed early snaps, or a proven path to the NFL.